Hello everybody, this is Drew back again, and today we'll be looking at the Retroid Pocket 2. I've already done a review on unboxing of it, so you can look that in my channel if you want to look at that video. But we're just going to go through a few of the emulators and see what this guy can do. And we'll just to get out of the way, here's the NES one. There's multiple ways you can load ROMs on this. Through here's the Legend of Zelda. It's a little loud. Anyways, you get the idea. That's the NES emulator. I don't have a Game Boy Color emulator right now because it's not working, and I have to get that fixed. And I have to re-download it. So uh, I do have some Game Boy Color ROMs, but we'll load it through another game loader. There's actually multiple ways to load ROMs on here. You can use RetroArch, and you can use the actual Retroid app to load actual ROMs. And in some cases, it's better to use that instead of just putting them on these apps on the main menu. And I'll go through that too, but we'll go through that when we get to it. Here's the SNES emulator again. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the SNES emulator. We'll go to the Game Boy Advance emulator. And I'm just sucking because I'm trying to play through the viewfinder here. That's the Game Boy Advance emulator. Next we'll do, okay, now I try to load ROMs through here on the actual Dreamcast emulator app, and it will run, but it runs very slowly and I can't get it to work. So, oh, hold on. This thing is, okay. So I could get them to work, but they'll run very slow, unfortunately. And another thing you need to, in order to pick, well, here I'll show you how it runs actually. So when you start off, it runs pretty good. And once you get to the actual game, you'll see. And there's where the frame rate starts to go to shit. No, pressing select will bring up the menu. Anyways, you can see that it's really choppy and slow and everything. And yeah, you get some glitches here and there. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend you use this. You can use another app to actually load Dreamcast ROMs, and they'll run perfectly on, not perfectly, but they'll run better than like at least 100 times better than on here. And we'll just do PS1 really quick. For some reason, sometimes the cover art doesn't show up, but we'll try Silent Hill. You can get these button layouts to move. You can take them off, but I haven't gotten around to doing it, so. Yep, so as you can see, it runs pretty good. And yeah, I play more on the D-pad actually. Trying to skip the cutscene, but anyways, that's PS1. And N64, of course, I had to save for last because that's my favorite system. And unfortunately, I did not start a file, so I'll do another game actually because this is going to take forever and I don't have a lot of time here. I forgot how to get out of here. Oh well. No, if you press this and some other button, there you go. One thing I will mention, the UI is not that great. It's really hard to navigate through this sometimes. So, uh, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I guess we can do Smash Brothers. There's some lag here and there, but you know it's not enough to break the game. Sorry, I'm moving the screen a little bit. There you go. But as you can see, it works pretty good. And so that's all the things that emulators that I have on here so far. One new emulator that I decided to get was the DS emulator. And this one you do have to pay for, but it is very good. The only problem is that I can't seem to get the button scheme to work right. For some reason, B is A and A is B, X is Y and Y is X, and yeah. So I have the two screens set up like this. You can set it up by pressing the home, holding it a little bit, and getting this button to come out. Here's the menu. You can scroll through it and change your screen sizes and everything. Where is it? You can edit screen layout, change the size and everything through there. But yeah, I have the bottom screen up there and top screen here because this is where you do most of the action anyway. And one thing I do have to mention is that I would only choose games that don't rely on the touchscreen too much because it is kind of hard to be pressing stuff at the same time as looking at other stuff on here. Of course, maybe you can get some sort of control scheme working, but I've decided to just leave it at that. I don't think it's focusing. There it is. And it runs pretty good. There's some slowdown, some little glitches here and there, but other than that, it does work pretty good. So I forgot how to change the game. I think oh, change game, there you go. See here, you have to set each menu, each game separately to have the customized screens. So I did not set this one, but you can't touch the screen by using the mouse clicker, which you get out by pressing the home button here a little bit. But yeah. Had I known you couldn't skip this scene, I would have picked another game. Thank you, now I can finally control him, I think. Forgot how to run. Oh, it's this way, okay. So the DS works really good. I love this emulator, and I'm glad I decided to pay for it. Now, in order to load other games better, I would use the Retroid app, but the one I'm using right now is the Retroid app, and that's a whole lot better because all the ROMs are there and it's in categories, and it's just better to use overall. So I'll go to that right now, and we can see what we have on there. So here we have the Retroid app with all the ROMs loaded, and they come with categories. This is the PSP category, and I've gotten and there's so many ROMs on here that it's great. I love this. Now, if you're playing a really high intensity game with a lot of action, it's probably gonna be slow, but for the most part, it works pretty good. And forgot these were on here actually. But just to load one PSP ROM, let's see. Um, I saw one that I wanted to show. Um, they have Fighting Evolution, which is apparently an Ultraman game. I've never seen it before, probably because it's only in Japan, or it only came out in Japan. That's kind of loud here. Anyways, I'm not very good at that game because I've never played it before. But yeah, you can get a lot of these PSP ROMs to work. Um, you've got PS1 ROMs on here, and I've already showed that, so we won't go through them. But I've got a pretty good selection here, and they all run pretty good. N64 ROMs are on here because, but I only put two on here. We've got Famicom. Again, we won't be going through every single game because I've already showed some of these actually. So this is Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, whatever you want to call it. Game Boy Advance. People swear they're slow down, but I really, really cannot see a difference. Maybe because I'm just a normal, um, I'm just a normal, what is it called? Normie. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Um, Mega Drive or Genesis. I don't know what this is. I really don't know what this is. And of course, here's some Dreamcast, which I can show you on here that it loads a lot better than it does on my other app that I used to load it. Oh, I forgot you have to set the date. That's fine. Let's see. And it's coming out blocky on this screen, but it's not really like that on the actual screen. It's like, it's just the phone. My phone camera's not very good at filming the screens for some reason. Already you can see it runs a lot better. Again, I'm not very good at fighting games, so you'll have to excuse me there. Anyways, you can see it runs pretty good. I think this is Neo Geo. No, wait, is it? I'm not sure. Oh, it's that Jackie Chan game. I forgot about that one. This is Meme. So yeah, everything runs here, but as I've showed mostly what I wanted to show, and that's pretty much it for now. And I think it's, oh, to get back to the actual, to get to this UI, you have to actually load it. So if you want to go back to the original Android operating system, you have to go back and switch the system, which takes a while, but I I should have probably cut this into shorter, but while this is loading, I can say that the buttons are okay. They're kind of clicky, but they're okay for me, and the TV out works pretty good. I won't be showing that today because I don't have any capture software for that. And yeah, I will say that I would get the bigger card for this. This came with a 32 gig card, but I would definitely put a bigger one in because there are so many ROMs that are on here and they take up a lot of space, and the operating system and everything. And the actual core memory is only like 4 gigs, and I think I've already used 2 gigs out of the 4, so yeah, be careful with that too. I forgot to mention it also does music, media, anything you want to do, browser, and all that stuff. It is an Android. One thing I thought when this first came out that it was going to be touchscreen. I don't know why, because it's only $80, so I should not have expected a touchscreen. But yeah, definitely worth it for 80 bucks. If you don't already have an emulating sort of system device, I would definitely invest in this. This is really good. And it has Bluetooth, so you can put other controllers on there, and you can put it on TV out and just play with multiple people, and it is just great. It's very good. I would definitely recommend it. Anyways, that's the end of my video, and stay tuned for more.